Alright, here it is, Nauvoo Historical District. Historic Nauvoo. In 1839, the Mormons, or Latter-day Saints, settled in Nauvoo and made it their chief city. During their residence, its population reached 15,000 after a long, frictionless non-Mormons. They were expelled. The Mormons were expelled in 1846. 3 years later, French communists called Icarians established a society here, which lasted until 1857. Welcome to Nauvoo. It's very windy today. Harmony Bible Church. Look, they got corn growing right in the edge of town. Or in town, I guess. Alright, let's see what they got here. This is a historical city for them in the Mormon sojourn. Look at this little church. Alright, we're looking for a little small park to park in. And I guess this is a pilgrimage place for Mormons. Well, I know it is. And here's my park right here. Alright, here's Main Street, downtown. Looks pretty prosperous compared to some of the other little river towns. I can't talk. Wow, look at this. Now this is some kind of Mormon historical district place, and they're going to have some kind of festivities start tomorrow. It's the Nauvoo Theater. Now Grandpa John's Cafe. And this is kind of an odd advertisement to see in the middle of Nauvoo. But on the side of the building here is an advertisement for Bull Durham. Sounds like a dove. The blessings of the Most High will rest upon the tabernacles, and our name will be handed down to future ages. Joseph Smith. Mercantile Gift Shop. Notice the British, what do you call it thing, those guys? Guardian of the Royal Palace. The city in 1839 was named Nauvoo by Joseph Smith. The Acarians, 1849 to 1856. Yentine Cabet, born in France, founder of the Acarian community. Became a socialist, a lawyer, teacher, public official, journalist. Had a dream to live in a society where brotherhood and equality would have flourished, inspired by Sir Thomas More's book, Utopia. He wrote Voyage to Icaria in 1840. In it, he created a fictitious utopia, a socialist society. In March 1849, a communal colony of approximately 275 French Icarians, under the leadership of Cabet, arrived in Nauvoo. They came to Nauvoo to take advantage of the infrastructure already available in the recently depopulated Mormon town. While in France, Cabet, a socialist, had written a book about a fictitious community that would allow people a representative democracy while following the ideals of community brothership, equality, liberty, with communal property being a distinguishing feature of the society. Cabet was ready to put the idea into practice. In 1855, a census listed 469 Acarians in Nauvoo, whose total population was around 1,300. Eventually, due to factors that often tend to plague, then become divisive to well-meaning utopian societies that espouse ideal social and political situation, a schism arose that splintered the group into factions. Many left Nauvoo. Most went to Iowa and Missouri, while others remained in Nauvoo and were assimilated into the mainstream of the community. One Acarian, Emil Baxter, left his mark in Nauvoo with a vineyard and winery that presently owned and operated by his descendants. This is a replica of one of the carts they used to go to Utah with. That's amazing. They pulled these things all the way to Utah. Joseph and Hiram Smith. This is like a little replica of the era, I suppose. I think the original one burned down. Angel with the trumpet. Is that what that is? There's another symbolism in Mormonism. It is certainly a beautiful building. And I think it's made out of limestone. Look at the flower bed in front. This says, House of the Lord, built by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, commenced April 6, 1841. Holiness to the Lord. Look, it's a bicycle built for two. The Prophet's Last Ride. On the morning of June 24th, 1844, Joseph Smith and his brother Hiram left their families, homes, and fellow saints for the last time. Traveling on a horseback, they paused on this bluff. Joseph looked admiringly at the unfinished temple in the city of Nauvoo and declared, "This is the loveliest place and the best people under the heavens. Little do they know the trials that await them." Joseph and Hiram continued to Carthage, Illinois, where they faced legal charges and eventual death in the hands of the mob. And that's where the festivities are apparently going to be at, or some of them. And just down the street is this church, which I think is a Presbyterian or Lutheran. Probably Lutheran. The Temple Arrival Center. It's a little city park. I think I'll come down here and have me a lunch picnic. Alright, it's not every day that you step out the front door of a library and have a Scottish marching band go by. Picnic time. Went by the library and the lady working there told me that the pageant brings in lots of people, tourists, Mormons, Mormon tourists, that's what they are. Come here for the festivities. I think the place triples in population and everything is filled up. And as I stepped out of the front of the library, here comes a bunch of kids. It was a Scottish marching band. That was pretty wild. Alright, it's picnic time in the shade. Alright, this is all a Mormon area. And this is where the pageant occurs. This is called the Flats. And this is a state park right here. I guess this is all of the Mormon, yeah, this is all the Mormon places here. July the 11th to August the 5th is the pageant. I guess these are all, I don't know what these buildings are. The historic flats. Now I can't figure out if this is part of the Nauvoo State Park or part of the Mormon facilities. I think it's it must be the state park. But what are all these buildings like this right here for? That's a mystery to me. It says not open to the public. Bank of lights. Now that's a lot of chairs out there. And here's the stage area. Look, they got a ship's steering wheel. Looks like a pretty big to-do. Man, these lights are impressive. Look at this flower garden. Isn't that something? Here's the visitor center. Converts from New England to south of British Isles poured into Nauvoo, expanded outward into other towns funded by the LDS. Nauvoo was the hub of the settlement at the center of the church. Chairs, glasses, shoes, horseshoes, carpentry work. They made ropes, locks, linen, vases, jugs. Besides transporting immigrants and visitors to Nauvoo, the Mississippi River is an important commercial route. Look, they had a Masonic hall. They had a concert hall. As one of the largest buildings in frontier America, the Nauvoo Temple attracted much interest from visitors. It was built through hard work and sacrifice of Latter-day Saints, Nauvoo and elsewhere. Their contribution anticipated spiritual blessing promised temple ordinances. Oh, there's many stories. I didn't know that. Now, what is the symbol here? Baptized, a baptismal pool. It's a beautiful building.
Okay, smarty pants.
Latter-day Saint converts from around the world joined in migration to a new western Zion, American West. Settlers formed hundreds of new communities in Salt Lake City and elsewhere. They built temples. Their dream of communities where they could worship without fear of persecution was realized. The bus loads up and rolling in. This is actually where the city was, in the flats. So these were the city streets. And this is where they're having a bunch of festivities. Look at the cute little privy behind the Masonic temple. Got some good helpers there. These are Perchauds or something like that, a French breed of horse. All right, they have these different demonstrations. This is a pastimes, games and things they did. John Moses Browning invented the machine gun in this house. He's recognized as the world's greatest gun inventor and contributed more to the national security of the United States than any other American inventor.
You gotta look through it. Don't bump your head. What do you see?
Curves.
Okay, it curves like this.
Spiral.
That spins the bullet. What does spin the bullet do? It equalizes the pull of gravity on the bullet. So it can't drop down. It keeps it spinning so it doesn't have a pull on it. Now it doesn't completely equalize the pull of the winds. They still have to adjust for a heavy wind, but it adjusts everything else.
Why did they go to a hexagonal shape?
I don't know why they did that. They did that to cause me problems because everybody asks about it.
This is a rifle machine. This was the first repeating rifle.
Dishes and spoons over there that belong to Elizabeth, and this big serving plate that belongs to her.
Okay, this was the original home of Jonathan Browning, inventor of the repeating rifle. They call them slide guns. And his son invented the machine gun. These are, this is the original Browning home. The church started buying these properties in the 50s and restoring them. This is a Brigham Young home. They have this distinct architecture.